Hi guys, and welcome back to the Cassie project. So this week we're going to be doing an episode from Create This Book Too. I have picked 3 prompts to do today, but 2 of the prompts I'm actually going to combine together, which was really fun and interesting. But I'll tell you all about that later. First, we are going to be doing create a page of favourites. This says choose any category, place, movies, food, etc. and make a list of your favourites. I decided the category that I was going to choose was art supplies. Of course. I wanted to showcase all my favourite art supplies on this page, so I thought that would be really cool. I wanted to create a couple of characters to help me showcase these supplies. They're going to be holding them for me. So let's move on to Procreate on my iPad. So I'm going to do some digital art for this. First, we are going to have this chunky, very, very chunky little frog. And this guy is going to be sat on a tube of watercolour paint, because you guys know my ultimate favourite art supply will always be watercolour. To make this even more obvious, I decided to do a puddle around it, you know, watercolour instead of just like acrylic paint. This chunky little frog is like squishing his butt on the paint, and the paint's coming out of the tube, and I like him. I like him a lot. Firstly, I decided to colour in the puddle. I've added a darker blue outline, and then I've done a lighter blue in the middle, and this just creates a little bit more movement to the water, a little bit more 3D-ness, instead of it just looking like a flat puddle. And then I thought, basically, my frog's going to be green, so I thought I could use a fuchsia pink paint to really contrast against that frog. So I've added this lovely bright pink to the paint, and then I'm going to create like a silver colour for the tube, and then we're going to add the colour to the frog. So I wanted to go for a bit of a textured kind of colour. We've got some dark greens and some light greens, and we've got some like khaki kind of greens, so I could bring in the yellow tummy, which is so cute. I've given him some lovely bright yellow eyes, and I'm going to use my 6B pencil tool to add all that line work, and it's this lovely dark tool. It feels like a 6B pencil, and you're adding that lovely dark line to it to make everything stand out again and just pop out a little bit more. And then I decided I wanted to make another froggy friend, so I literally took the line work from this, put it onto a new page. I got rid of the watercolour tube because obviously we're going to do a different art supply, and then I actually stretched him out a little bit because I wanted him to look a little bit different. So I then brought the opacity down and then created another layer on top to do my next sketch. I started going in with the sketch, and I decided this guy, I wanted him to be a little bit more happy, so I gave him a smile. I made the arms a little bit more huggy, because they're going to be hugging a pen, so they're a bit longer than the other one. The other one had quite short little stubby arms, but this one has got a slightly longer body, slightly longer arms, and he's going to be holding on to an acrylic marker. It was quite difficult because you guys have seen that I've been doing reviews on different acrylic markers. Posca was always my ultimate favourite acrylic marker, but I'm not pulling them out as much anymore, which is really, really surprising. I tend to be using my Artex pens more, which is just crazy. There's some things that I don't like about the Artex markers. Some of them are dried out, but I do tend to be using them more than my Posca markers, and I'm like, does that mean I prefer Artex? So I actually did more of an Artex looking pen, but because I'm still very undecided what I prefer, because I always use my Posca marker for my outlining, so it's always going to be my true favourite black pen, I thought I'd go for the Artex shape, but I'm going to just write acrylic marker on there to show that it's not just one brand. And then I'm going to go in with the colour. I dragged in my other frog to just give me an idea of what kind of colours that I wanted, and this time I think I wanted to add a bit more orange to the mix. He's got that more of a browny orange tone, which made me think, is he a toad? Is this guy a toad and not a frog? The first one's a frog and this one's a toad, and then that got me thinking I kind of need them to have a name as well. So then I was starting to think of all those froggy puns. I thought of my first one. The frog is going to be called Vincent Van Croak. I thought it was brilliant. And then I asked my husband to help me out. So he was looking at different artists, and he came up with Andy Toadhole. Brilliant. So that was it. I knew that this guy had to be a toad. Of course, I'm going to make these guys into stickers. So these are now available in my shop, thecassieprojects.co.uk. You can get your amazing Vincent van Gogh, or you can choose Andy Toadhole, or you can get them together as a duo set. Now we have created our frogs, we need to stick them into this 2-page spread. So I thought I would print it on this cardstock paper, and I've cut that out, and I'm just going to be sticking those into the left and the right page. But obviously that's a little bit boring, so we want to add more to it. So I went in with my gesso all around the pieces, and I thought that that would kind of hide the lines where I've cut and stuck it in. And then once that had dried, I went in with my acrylic markers. Now this is a little tip for you guys. If you feel like the acrylic markers tear up your paper a little bit when you're doing a large amount of colouring, add a layer of gesso onto your paper first, and it just works really nicely. I used my acrylic markers to colour in the whole background with this turquoise colour. And I thought, because I needed to showcase my favourites, yes, we've got my watercolour paint and my acrylic marker, which is my favourite, but I also wanted to add some more in there. So of course we've got some acrylic gouache. My Holbein acrylic gouache is absolutely amazing. It's become one of my absolute favourite art supplies to use at the minute. I keep bringing it out. I did like a cute little sketch of that. I then thought, of course, my Unipin fine liner. I can't do watercolour without my line and wash style, so my Unipin fine liner I always use to line my work because it is waterproof, and then I can go over with my watercolour paint. So this Unipin fine liner 0.8 is my favourite size as well. And then I thought I could add a pencil in there. You can't do art without a pencil. You know I'm not the kind of gal that just goes straight in with pen. I do sometimes when I'm feeling confident, but I usually go in with a sketch first. So I decided to add a 6B pencil because I do love drawing with a 6B pencil, but also it is one of my favourite digital tools on my Procreate as well. So I thought 6B pencil, digital and traditional, beautiful, showcases that as well. There is my beautiful create a list of favourites page, and I love it so much. I think it's gorgeous, and I'm really pleased that I added the frogs to help me showcase this page instead of just doing a bunch of art supplies. I just think it made it a little bit more interesting. So let's move on to the 2 prompts that I'm going to be combining together. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe. If you didn't see my vlog on Wednesday, you must watch it. My youngest daughter told everyone to subscribe to the channel.
You should subscribe.
And it was just so cute. So I've got to use it now, subscribe. So we have got create positivity, and then next to that is create negativity. So what I thought I could do is have a page of positivity, have a page of negativity, and then this page in the middle, I thought we could turn it into a window so that we could see through to both of the pages. So first up, I'm going to cut a frame out. So I'm using my knife to cut out a square, and then I'm going to come back to that frame a little bit later. We're going to make it more windowy when we finish doing all the painting. Let's do a little sketch of a battery. I thought a battery would work perfectly because it could go across the 2 pages, the positive part of the battery being in the positive area, and then the negative part of the battery being in the negative area, because you know they've always got the plus and the minus on them. So I thought that would look really nice, and then you've got the window so that you can still see the battery on both of those pages. I'm going to go round that with my Posca marker to give this nice full outline, and then I thought, what else could I add to this page to show the positive and the negative side? And I thought about emojis. You got the positive emojis and the negative emojis. So on the left side where we've got the positive page, I thought I would add that smiley blushy face that I always use, the hearty face with the little hearts, and that very big happy face showing the teeth. And then on the negative page, I thought I would do the crying emoji and the sad emoji. Maybe I could add some words. So, you know, with positivity, there tends to be a lot of positive quotes and happy words and things like that, speaking positively or negatively over your life. So I added a bunch of words that were to do with positive things, like positive thinking, change, belief, faith, drive, meditation, intent, joy, success, and I also added optimist in there, but I spelt it wrong. Then on the negative page, I thought negative thinking, greed, nobody, harmful, ugly, stupid, stuck, all those horrible words that you tend to say into your life. Don't speak negative words over your life, because I think it really sticks. I think it's really quite powerful what you speak over your life. So now we're going to colour this page in. I thought I would go for a very typical Duracell kind of battery. So we've got the gold at the top, and then I'm going to add the silver to the very top of the battery, because they tend to have the silver bottom and the top. We've got that gold band around, and then I'm going to do a black cross there. I'm going to fill in the rest of the battery with black, and then that got me thinking that I wanted to draw the frame in and make that black as well, so it really stood out and contrasted against the pages, because I really wanted that window to be visible. Now we're going to colour in those emojis, that very typical yellow colour. So I've got my acrylic marker, adding that yellow. I'm adding a bit of red, so I've got the blushy cheeks, the hearts, and the inside of the mouth. And then I'm adding a bit of blue to the tears as well. And I started thinking about the background. So I wanted to have a very positive and a very negative colour. At first I thought about doing a yellow background on the negative page because I hate yellow, but then I thought actually yellow is quite a happy, positive colour, so I thought I can't do that. So I thought the other ugly colour is probably brown, so I went for this lovely poo-poo brown on the negative page. I thought that was going to be great because everyone sees brown as a pretty negative, gross colour, even though there's many beautiful things that are brown, like chocolate and wood. And then we're going to move on to the create positivity background, and I thought, what is the most positive colour? Rainbow. I thought I would do a rainbow on this page, and I'm doing these swirls of colour. It's got a bit of a 70s vibe to it, which again I thought was very happy and positive and peace. So I thought that that was perfect. So I added this lovely rainbow across the page, and I think that that really stands out. Now I wanted to go over all the line work again with my Posca marker to make it all stand out, and then we're going to work on that little window. So I've added a piece of paper behind the frame to protect my artwork, and then I'm going to go over the frame with a glue stick, and then I have got a laminated pouch. I put it through the laminator to make it clear, and I'm going to stick that onto the frame, and this allows for this lovely clear window. I'm going to cut around that laminated pouch, and there you have it. There is my beautiful positive and negative page with the window in between, showing between them both. You can see the battery through those two pages, and I just really like it. I think it turned out really nicely, and I think it really does have a positive and a negative vibe to it. There are my pages for this week. I really hope you enjoyed them. Don't forget that the Froggy Duo is available on my website at thecassieprojects.co.uk. Do carry on watching some more videos over here. Here is a binge-worthy video of me, and here is an artist that I recommend. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon.